Hey everybody, welcome back to Diablo Central. We're gonna review a video game today.
Yay!
Say it with a little more enthusiasm.
Yay!
That was a lot more enthusiasm. Can you dial it back about 30%?
No, it's one or the other, dude. Be happy.
Yay.
Be satisfied.
So we're checking out for you today Warhammer Chaosbane, which is a Diablo clone, a Diablo knockoff through and through, completely unabashedly so, because, gosh, what else would it be? It looks like Diablo, it plays like Diablo, all the side stuff is like Diablo, all the leveling and the ranking and the powers and the equipment is Diablo. Is that a bad thing?
No.
You like Diablo?
I love Diablo.
I love Diablo. Diablo 3 is a great game. It wasn't always so great. We know that story. But they improved it over the years. And here's the problem with Diablo. They only make one every 50 years.
Yeah.
The last Diablo came out in 1969. Diablo 3, 1969.
That seems a little off from you, Jeff.
Yeah, it was on the Magnavox Play robber.
That seems a lot off.
Do you think that's? You know what? I might be wrong. I'll check the old Google machine, which also runs on Magnavox Roblox.
You are not that old.
So, no, I'm really not. So, Chaosbane here happens to be a pretty good game. You know, in not really deviating whatsoever from Diablo 3. Including the voice acting, which is absolutely atrocious. What was the archer lady? She's like, oh, I can't do anymore.
Yeah, she's
a piece of art. Yeah, a piece of digital art. So, anyways, you know, if you're cool with bad voice acting, I mean, I don't know that really influences too many people's opinions or what they're gonna buy. The actual base game here is really good. It's a lot of fun. It's everything that you would want an action RPG to be. The loot is great. I mean, you know, maybe you don't have as much diversity in actual equipment as something like, you know, Diablo 3. What is it? The Eternal Souls collection, the Requiem of Souls. What is that? The full edition that had all that stuff in it.
Don't ask me.
And Reaper of Souls. But you know, it's good. Like, it's a good time. There've been a lot of Warhammer games. We don't really know much about Warhammer. I don't know much about Warhammer. In fact, my first introduction to Warhammer, and this is not a nerdy thing to say whatsoever, so I'll have to give my nerd card back, was with Vermintide. Warhammer. Vermintide was a great game. Really nothing at all to do with this game in particular, but it's still the Warhammer universe. I just noticed that, you know, this little thing that is Warhammer is becoming bigger and bigger and greater, and there's more and more games on it. Like, there's been a lot of Warhammer games. And, you know, as far as, like, that base fantasy universe goes, it's no better or worse than Diablo. Like I said, the story is kind of hard to grasp just because it's always told in exposition through character interactions, and yeah, the dialogue is silly, and the things that they say on the battlefield are silly, but you know, the way that you level your gear, the way that you level your character, the actual powers are a lot of fun. Like, there are some characters are better than others. We found we didn't like the dwarf,
yeah,
and the swordsman.
I mean, the swordsman's okay, but he's not as fun as the...
I started the game with the dwarf, and by the time I was kind of getting fed up with him, I switched to the archer, and she is great. Like, the powers she has is a lot of fun. It's one of those games, just like Diablo 3, where you get down into it, and just after playing it for an hour or two, you don't want to stop just because it's so much fun. And actually, it's a little bit more challenging than, like, the base difficulty of Diablo 3. We got hung up on the very first boss. You know, the challenge is good. The weaponry is great. So I don't know, guys. Maybe this game is not necessarily on your radar, but the reason we're reviewing it is because we love Diablo 3.
Yeah.
We played it a lot on console,
Yeah.
because it's great on console. I think we played it on PS4.
Yes.
And we heard early press about this game saying it's like a great way to play your Diablo without actually having Diablo, because Diablo 4, of course, doesn't come out until 2059, as we all know,
Yeah.
2069.
Yeah.
So,
and you just get bored playing the same thing over and over and over.
so Jeff Bull Central is going to give Warhammer Chaosbane an 8 out of 10. Deservedly so. What say you, Carrie?
I say an 8 out of 10, but I don't know why you keep asking, because I don't have a ranking system.
Do you want to get a ranking system? Here
Like
it is.
Carrie-
Carrie says 8 out of 10. Boom! You got it. You see it?
And make it sparkly.
Yeah, we can make it sparkly. We can. I mean, like there's some limitations though, because I only have like cheap video editing software.
Or poor.
Do you want something that looks like a cardboard box? By the way, the image,
Yeah.
the graphic is long gone. We're discussing. We'll pitch this. We'll pitch this to our boss, who doesn't exist. We'll get it at the next pitch meeting.
Yeah.
That's it. Whatever. Hey everybody, check out Godling and Other Pain Stories on Amazon.com. Short stories.
Look for his new book. His new book.
I'm not advertising my new book.
I don't care.
You can get this book for right now. Short
you
stories.
Get the new one too.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paint them up.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonder if I made this too long. Oh look, we're at the end. Thank God. I was running out of things to say, Carrie. Woo.
I think you should edit.
Man.